Hello folks, my name's Lee Townsend and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is kind of semi-planned, but it's also kind of not very planned, and I don't know exactly how it's going to go, but I wanted to jump on and do a quick update because I have finished this year's wedding season, which means it's time for updates and getting on with all the little bits and pieces that I have to do on the off season, and one of those includes an update on the Line 6 Podgo, which I did a video about, must be probably about a year ago. And in this video, I want to give you an update of how things are going with the Podgo and how I'm finding it gigging with this on a regular basis. So for context, for those of you who don't know me, that have never seen the channel before, I'm a full-time gigging musician, so this piece of gear is getting used a lot. I did 55 weddings this season and probably about 100 gigs overall throughout the year. So this thing is getting put through its paces a lot with what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do, this is a little bit of a funny story. Line 6 sent me an email, one of these blanket emails that lets users of these products know that there's an update available. And that was actually a year ago this month, and I still haven't done an update on this. So what I'm going to do first off is update the firmware in this pedal, and this firmware update was actually a really important one. But the reason I didn't want to do it in the middle of a season was in case it messed up any of my patches and I ended up having to rebuild these patches, because one of the main things that they've done in this, which was one of the main sort of marketing things, not marketing things as such, because obviously if you've already bought one of these, they don't need to market it, but one of the main reasons for the firmware update was to improve impulse responses, which a lot of people have said that that was a downside to this pedal, was the impulse responses that were preloaded weren't very good. So I'm interested to see how much better this sounds once I've rebuilt my patches with any of the new microphone models that are in the pedal. So anyway, before we go into this video, if you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, if you're new here, or if you've seen me before and you haven't subscribed, in my analytics, well over 50% of the people that watch these videos are not subscribers. It costs you nothing to do, and if you're interested in guitar and music related content here on YouTube, I would really appreciate you joining up with the thing. There's a button at the bottom that says subscribe. Hit that and you'll get alerts when I upload new videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on my laptop here and I'm going to open the Podgo Edit software. I've already got the pedal connected up to my laptop, so you'll see there it comes up straight away, Podgo Edit. Updates are available for your Podgo. Click OK to view and install these updates. So I'm going to click OK. So we have we need to update the actual software within the computer. So the Podgo Edit software needs an update. I do not know my password, so bear with me a second while I find that information. Okay, so it's asking me where it wants me to save, so I'll just save it in my downloads folder. Download that. Shouldn't take too long. The internet here is pretty good. How do you like my new studio? I know you can't really see very much of it, by the way, but I will do a studio tour in the coming weeks. As I said, tail end of the wedding season. I did my last wedding 2 weeks ago. As I said, 55 this year I've done. Podgo Edit will now exit so the installer can run. Okay, so we need to update. So it's Podgo Edit version 2. This is. Agree to all the terms and stuff. Yep. And that is pretty good. That looks like we're pretty much good to go. Installation was apparently complete. Yep, we can do that. Yep, we can do that. So we should be able to open up Podgo Edit and it should open the new version. Let's connect a device and see what happens. There we go. Very good. Updates are available. So now it should let us just update the firmware. So now we're on... December 7th, 2023, this 2.01 was released, and I still haven't made that update. So, by the way, I should add, before you do this, you should take an export of all your patches that you've made. If you've made any presets of your own, user presets, you should export those before doing this update, because you never know what might happen. It might be wiped to its factory settings and you lose all your backups. Exactly what it's asking me to do. Look, before updating your Podgo Edit will prompt you to create a Podgo backup. In the unlikely event of an update error, you may use this file to restore your device. I already have a backup. You know what? I'll make another backup just so that it's there. So in my documents folder, I've got... that's not actually where I normally put them, but I'll put it there anyway. Podgo Backup 2024, November the 6th, which is when this is. So yeah, it's updating, it's backing up your global settings, your impulse responses, your user model defaults, and your presets. The presets, I think, are the important thing here. Obviously, global settings, if you've fiddled with the input gains or anything like that, then it'll remember your exact settings. This is also very handy if you're a gigging musician like I am. If your Podgo ever dies, you can just buy a new one and reinstall your backup, and it makes the new Podgo exactly the same as the one that you had. So you don't have to fiddle around, obviously, making all your presets again. You've got it there as a backup. I recommend storing your backups somewhere on a cloud, Microsoft OneDrive or Google Drive or something like that, so that if ever you're out touring and you're in a city that's not your own and you're in hotels or whatever, you can go to the nearest music shop, buy one of these, plug it into your laptop, and sync it with your presets that are stored online so that you can access them from anywhere in the world. So, update Podgo. Please do not unplug the device being updated or quit Podgo Edit, so I'm not going to do that. Click update, and it is going to start that process. My views and my thoughts on the Podgo. I really like this device, and a few times I've been tempted to get the HX Stomp XL. The HX Stomp's a little bit too small for me because I like having different snapshots available when I'm playing with the band. But, the Stomp XL is probably something that I will get eventually because it allows for a lot more flexibility. That is one of the HX, the Helix products. The Podgo is its own thing. Even though it uses Helix effects and Helix models, the DSP is limited, so there's only so many things that you can put in parallel, or there's only so many things you can put per preset, should I say. So you can only use one amp model per preset on the Podgo, and that is a little issue that I had in my initial video that I made of the Podgo. So if you want to use one amp for your clean tone and another amp for your overdrive tone, you can't do that within the same preset. You would have to have a preset and switch to a different preset for your crunch sound, which is fine, but there's a little sort of split-second dropout of sound when you switch between presets, which is what snapshot mode is for. But obviously, you want to be able to switch between clean and crunch within the same song. So that would be my main reason for going with the HX Stomp XL, is essentially does everything the Podgo does, apart from the fact that it doesn't have the expression pedal, but I'll go into that in a minute. That's pretty much it, actually. It allows you to run two parallel signal flows as well, I believe. I've not actually looked into the HX Stomp XL very much, but I just know that it's a bit more powerful than this is, and that's reflected in the price as well. But one real major issue that I found with the Podgo, playing regularly with it, and for those of you who don't know, the people that are new here, I live on the south coast of Spain in the province of Malaga. So quite often when I'm gigging, I am outdoors. I'm playing outside, in the wilderness. And a problem that I found, you might have noticed on this overhead shot that I've got, is just, I've got some gaffer tape down the side of this. Now this is nothing to do with this expression pedal breaking. What this is here to do is to block sunlight from getting under the front of the expression pedal, because I was experiencing an issue with the Podgo for 2 or 3 gigs when I very, very first started to use it, where the volume would just drop, it would just dip randomly in the middle of a gig. And what I figured out, me and one of my colleagues in my band figured out, that this expression pedal doesn't work like a Dunlop Crybaby wah-wah pedal, for example, where there's kind of like a cog thing that turns a wheel as it moves. It turns like a volume pot. This works on like an optical sensor. So this optical sensor senses how close the toe of the expression pedal is to the sensor. And that's how it dictates how loud or soft the volume is, or if you've got it set to wah mode, how much treble, how much bass, or how much or little treble there is on the spectrum of the wah. The problem when you live in Spain and you're playing outdoors is the sun is so powerful, and quite often we're playing towards the evening of a day. So if the sun's low and it shines into the side here, it'll randomly start to mess with the optical sensor, and it can start doing really funny things to your sound. And there was a gig that I did where we actually had to stop playing for a good 10-15 minutes while I figured out that when I was stood to the left-hand side of this pedal and my shadow was cast over the pedal, everything would be normal, everything would be fine. And then, oh, hang on, 1 second. I am, device does not identify as Podgo. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, it really is 2024, isn't it? Update complete. Connection interrupted, apparently, ladies and folkies. Let's reconnect. So, here is a reason why you should update, why you should back up your stuff. I had a connection that was interrupted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to power off Podgo, power on the Podgo, and see what happens. So sorry to interrupt that story, but it is something that we didn't anticipate. So I did say that this video was going to be slightly unplanned, didn't I? So this is, how do we see if we've got the latest version of this? Preferences, check for updates, there we go. Update now. So there is an update available still. So what are we doing here, ladies and gentlemen? So anyway, yeah, going back to my story, the expression pedal has a design flaw if you're playing somewhere really, really bright and sunny like Spain. As far as I can gather, stage lights don't seem to affect it. It's sunlight only. After saying that, I don't often play with loads of stage lighting, so potentially there might be a thing where we don't need to do that anymore. Backup fail. Oh, so it forces you to create a backup. Okay, we will make a backup. Yeah, I'm guessing that lasers will probably interfere with the optical sensor as well. But I mean, you'd have to be pretty accurate with a laser to get underneath the front of that expression pedal. After saying that, stranger things have happened, haven't they? So, let's see if we can make this update work a little bit better now. Some odd things going on with this today. But yeah, I did say that it'd be a kind of funky, unplanned video. So installing device firmware, I'll kind of keep my eye a bit more on this time round because I don't know how far it got before it glitched out. But anyway, yeah, a little update on the YouTube channel. I've been really, really busy this summer. I became a dad for the second time, so I've got 2 children now. I've been doing a lot of weddings, 55 weddings this year, all over the place, round where I live. So I live in the Malaga province. I did one in Seville a few weeks ago. So it's been busy. I've also had an office job for the entirety of this year. So that's been taking up Monday to Friday, only like 4 or 5 hours a day, but it's still, those hours are very usable with regards to YouTube. So I do apologise about the lack of videos this year. I've made 1 video so far in 2024. This is my 2nd video in the entire year. But I've also been sorting out this this space that I'm in, which is my new studio / office / storage room. And I will be doing a video tour of this when it's a little bit tidier, but it's not been without its issues, this place, and I'll go through those in that video. But yeah, we've got a rehearsal area over that side, so behind the camera, where we rehearse with the band, all the storage for all the gear that we use live. I've got my office area where my PC setup is over there, and obviously this is kind of like YouTube set / chill out area for when we're coming up with new ideas with the band and stuff. So those of you who are new to me, my band is called Gecko Blaster. I'll put a little clip of kind of what we do here. So yeah, we play covers, we do we specialise in weddings, but we also play in like bars and stuff in the area as well. Around Malaga, Nerca, Marbella, that kind of area, mainly. We did last year, the furthest we've been, last year we did one in Valencia, which at the moment, obviously, Valencia is going through some stuff, isn't it? So my thoughts are still with the people that are over there that have lost loved ones and, you know, lost houses and possessions and stuff. The rain here was torrential a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, we'll sort of keep our thoughts there, but also not make this video too miserable as well. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would, so I'm going to zip through to the end of the new firmware being installed, and then we'll play some guitar. So okay, that didn't take as long as I thought it would. We've now got an update complete message, which is good. That means that we've got some new stuff. You know what, it's been so long since I've been in here and made any presets and things like that, that I'm not actually sure what was there and what is new. So I'm going to go on to new preset here and have a look what amps we have. I can't even remember how to use the software because I've always done it within the actual device itself, within the Podgo, but yeah, I'm not actually sure what's new here. But you know what we'll do? We will choose an amp and we'll play some stuff. So that is, let's have a look. What shall we have? What shall we have, ladies and folkies? There's some, yeah, a lot of these are Line 6 own ones. There's some bass amp ones in there as well. You know what? We'll go with a US Deluxe Verb. Deluxe Vib. Deluxe Vib. Alright, let's play some guitar. So, for context, what you're listening to is the signal going straight into the computer, but I've also got a monitor there so that I can hear what's going on. That sounds fairly loud, so... That is very, very cool sounding. So what can we do with... Oh, wow, okay. So this is like... You can move the mic around, look. That is incredible. Right. See what difference that makes. I think that might be a little bit too loud. I'm going to quickly check my audio recording there. Is that too loud for you guys? Okay, that's still okay. So, yeah. That's the audio for the video recording. I was just making sure that I wasn't blasting your ears out with that, but... That already sounds better than, I think it does anyway, than my... This is the preset that I use in the band. So... That's forgotten what I've done. I didn't save my work, ladies and gentlemen. Luckily, I didn't do very much, did I? Let's stick one of those on. It's all very loud, isn't it, ladies and gents? Why is the master on full? Right, let's have a look. I did say, ladies and gents, that it wouldn't have a lot of... That this video wouldn't have a lot of direction to it, but... Whoa! I think, actually, I need to make sure that you are hearing the same as I am within this software. So somewhere, there should be... Preferences, no, device settings, no. There is somewhere a... Where are the main settings of the actual pedal itself? No, snapshots, no, Windows, no. Somewhere there are global settings, no. Preset, where are the global settings, ladies and gents? Are they down there? Nope. Leave left channel. I need to make sure that I'll do it on the actual pedal itself, if I can remember how that works. How do I get to global settings, ladies and gentlemen? Global settings. Menu. Global settings. There we go. I want to make sure that the that the amp out does the same as the main out. Wow. Okay. So yeah, main out. Instrument. Main out level is line. Yeah, so that is what I wanted to happen. Go out of that and go back to that. Sorry, ladies and gents, about that. This is so loud, though. Why is that so loud? My goodness. I'm not even sure. I need to sit with this and see how much better it sounds than the old presets. Let's try changing that mic. Wow, okay. Let's go for a dynamic mic. Wow, what a difference. My goodness. Okay, I am going to play around with this a little bit and come up with some new patches, and I probably will do a little bit of an update where I'll demo some of my patches and I'll just make them available as well if anybody wants to download them. So if you haven't yet subscribed, as I said before, make sure that you do that by hitting the subscribe link down below, because it'll give you alerts when I upload new videos, and there will be some free presets coming soon once I've worked a little bit on them. And obviously I'm gigging these presets on a very regular basis, so they should be usable. I hope they're usable. You can download them anyway and see what you think, and also leave some kind of message to me letting me know how you like them or whatever. But anyway, that is in the coming weeks. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching.